Welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to teach you how to install a pre-hung door. Now this seems like a pretty intimidating task, but in today's video I'm going to show you this is absolutely something that you can do yourself. So first things first, let's talk about the rough opening, because if you don't properly frame out your rough opening, you're not going to be able to fit your door into the wall. So how do you determine what the rough opening should be? Well, first things first, you got to pick out a door you like. Pick out a manufacturer, and then the manufacturer will have a sizing chart. I decided to buy this door through Lowe's. This is a Masonite hollow core door. It's the cheapest of the cheap. And on Lowe's website, they do have a sizing chart that'll tell you what the rough opening should be. So this is a 30 by 80 inch door, and the proper rough opening size should be 32 1/4 by 82. Now, I made a small mistake. We're going to be able to correct it, but I just want to make sure that you're aware of my mistakes so you don't make the same mistake that I did. So when I was making this rough opening here, I forgot to account for the thickness of the vinyl floor because the vinyl floor wasn't in yet. Well, vinyl floor is about 1/2 inch thick. So as it sits, this door will not fit in this opening. However, we are going to be able to correct this because the bottom of the jambs here, there's about 1 inch between the bottom of the jambs and the bottom of the door. So I'm going to be able to cut 1/2 inch off the bottom of the jambs, and we'll be able to fit this in here. Now, next thing I want to discuss is when you go to buy these doors, don't buy them online and get them shipped to your house. Go to the store, look through all the doors that they have, and pick out the one that has the best craftsmanship. Because you go through some of the reviews online, there's some horror stories. Make sure that the hinges are recessed properly and sit flush on the inside edge of the jamb and the door. So with that aside, I'm going to take this door over to my cutting table. We'll cut 1/2 inch off the jambs, and then we'll get to the actual mounting of the door. Alright, so before we're ready to install the door and the rough opening, we need to take a look at our rough opening, make sure that there's no spackle on the wood, make sure that everything's clean, no nails sticking out. And now what you're going to want to do, actually before we even take the level, you're going to want to measure from the bottom of the door frame to each hinge. So the first hinge is about 11 inches on center off the ground. So we're going to make an X at that 11. And approximately 2 inches above it, we'll make a line. 2 inches below it, make a line. That's fine. Just so we have an idea where that hinge is. And again, we'll do that for the center hinge. That's 41 inches on center. So right there. Alright, and now we have 3 rough markings as to where the hinges are going to be attached to the rough opening. Alright, so now we need to take our level. In this case, I have a 4-foot level. The first thing I'd like to do is just check the drywall. I'm just looking to see if the drywall side of the wall is plumb. In this case, it's perfectly plumb, so I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to take the level, move it on to the exposed wood, the rough opening. And I'm going to check to see if this wall is perfectly plumb. In this case, it's not, so the level actually needs to come out a little bit in order for this to be perfectly plumb. Now, if the level needed to come out a little bit at the bottom, as opposed to starting on the floor side, I would actually start at the top of the door frame and then work my way down. This will make sense in a moment here. So, because this level needs to come out a little bit at the top, first thing I'm going to do is identify where that center hinge is. I'm going to take 2 shims, and where that X is, that roughly identifies the center of that hinge, we're going to take 2 shims and oppose them to one another. We're going to push them in, slide them in or out, just until this level is perfectly plumb. Okay, so now with these 2 shims in here, I have determined that this level is now perfectly plumb. Now carefully, we're going to apply pressure on these 2 shims. I'm going to take the level away. And you can use a brad nailer, you can use a finish nail, a little bit of hot glue. What you're going to want to do is just use something to hold these shims in place. So with the little finish nail, I'm just going to nail this through. So now I have these 2 shims holding in place, and I've determined from this point to this point, this is perfectly plumb. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my level and go from this center hinge. We're going to go to the top of the door frame here. We're just going to repeat the process. You see the X? So we're going to contrast the shims over the X, which indicates where the uppermost hinge is. I'll hold these a second. All right, same thing, we're going to take a little finish now. All right, so now that we have each hinge marked out and we know for a fact that where the hinges are going to be screwed to the rough opening, that the wall is perfectly level, we are just about ready to install this door. Now before we bring the door over to the rough opening, what I'm also going to do is take two shims. The thick side of the shim is just going to sit against the rough opening, and this is just going to help to keep the door off the ground a little bit, because we may need that little bit of play later on when we need to attach the other side of the door to this other side of the rough opening. So let's get that door. I think we're going to have to watch Monsters, Inc. after hanging this door tonight, but now that we have the door kind of in the rough opening, what we're looking for is we're looking to ensure that the jamb is flush with the drywall. So there is a plastic plug that keeps the door from swinging open. So what I'm going to do is remove this plastic plug. Now that I've ensured that the jamb is flush with the drywall on the bottom of the door, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my helper use some shims with the door open, and she's going to adjust the height of the door in the back here. By shimming the leading edge of the open door, we have made this face, the drywall face of the jamb, perfectly plumb. Perfectly plumb. So we also know for a fact that when we installed our shims where the hinges go, that as soon as we screw down this jamb to the rough opening, this will also be perfectly plumb. So we're setting ourselves up for success here. So now I'm going to go get my screw gun. We'll get ready to fasten this frame to the rough opening. All right, so now to fasten this jamb to the wall, ideally you'd have a countersunk bit with a little pilot drill bit attached to it. I have two separate drill bits, so I'm just going to work with what I have here. So what you're going to do is you're going to drill a countersunk hole into this backstop piece of trim in the center of the hinge. And again, we're starting with the hinge on the bottom of the floor. Drill a little hole to ensure that we don't split anything. Now I'm using a 2.5 inch deck screw, but you can use whatever kind of fastener you'd like. I'm just going to apply some pressure. Again, just ensuring that this jamb is flush with the drywall, which it's sitting perfectly right now. And I'm not going to really tighten this. I'm just going to sit it so that it's flush with this backstop piece of wood. And if we need to adjust this slightly, we could always tighten this up a little bit later. The correct order is to go from the bottom to the top and then do the middle. So don't go bottom, middle, top. Bottom, top, and then middle. Yeah. So now that we have the hinge side fastened, before we proceed, just take your level out one more time, make sure everything's plumb, which everything is looking perfect right now. Now, for example, if this side was sticking out a little bit, like a little bit too far, what you can do is you can take your impact driver and you can send home this screw a little bit further, and oftentimes that'll actually suck this in a little bit further, that like 1/16 of an inch that you may need to ensure that everything's perfectly plumb. But this side of the door is looking real good right now, so I'm going to remove these hinges in the back, or these shims in the back, and we'll take our first test swing. All right, so we're having an issue. I guess this is what I get for buying the cheapest door that they sell. So the issue is that when I go to close the door, it's actually making contact with the jamb up here. And now I could leave that, I could sand this down, but I really want to try and fix this the right way. The reason it's hitting over there, well, cheap price point, poor craftsmanship, but the hinge gap on the hinge side of the door is way too wide. So I'm actually going to show you how to close that up. It's not too bad, but it's just a little bit of a pain. It's one of those things that you'd expect that you wouldn't really have to deal with. All right, here's how we're going to correct this. So we're going to shim the leading edge of the door just enough to pick up all the weight off the door. And we're going to take one hinge off. We're going to adjust it, then reinstall that hinge, and then move on to the next one. Okay. You okay?
My phone.
Okay. So if you close this hinge, that hinge gap is no good. That's way too wide. So how do you fix this? Well, the hinge would typically close in this orientation. What you're going to do is fold it backwards. See how it's kind of like a butterfly? Get yourself a cloth, terry cloth, microfiber, something like that. Get yourself a pair of channel locks. What we're going to do is we're going to squeeze down the spine of this hinge. Work it slowly. I got to adjust this a little bit. I'm just going to squeeze, moving up and down the hinge here. All right, here's a look at the hinge, and as you can see, we almost have no hinge gap now, so hopefully this will make the adjustment that we're needing here. So I'm going to go ahead, put this back on the door, and I'm going to do the top one and then the bottom one, so check back in a moment here. All right, so I just finished adjusting the hinges. Now, if you look at this top corner that was hitting before, much better gap. So when you buy these cheap doors, just sometimes you may have to do some hinge adjustments like this. This is just part of the game. So this is looking a lot better. Now we can proceed with installing the door. So the next thing we're going to have to do is put a fastener up through the header. This is where it becomes very helpful again to have a helper. So the helper is going to be doing two things now. One, they're going to be ensuring that the jamb is flush with the drywall while we work on fastening the top here. And the second thing is there's actually a shim in the bottom of the non-hinge side jamb. And what I'm going to instruct her to do is either slide that shim in or out. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the gap on the top of the door here, and we're going to try and ensure that that gap is consistent. So looking at the top of the door right now, I mean, it's pretty darn perfect. Actually, if you want, no, you know what? I'm not even going to adjust this one bit. So this gap at the top here is perfect. If you do need to adjust this gap, what you're going to do is take that shim on the bottom of the jamb down there, and you're going to slide it in to increase the gap, or you're going to pull it out to decrease that gap. So this is looking real good up here, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. So now I know that when the door closes, this top space is consistent. What I'm going to do, which I've already done, I've inserted shims at the top of this frame, in between the frame of the door and the header. So now that is ready to be fastened, so we're just going to repeat the process. I'm going to drill a hole, use my countersunk bit, just watch your eyes. Alright, so we're almost there. The final thing we need to do is fasten the handled side of the door to the rough opening. Now, I like to do this in 3 locations, pretty much parallel to where the hinges are. Now, the thing you really need to pay attention to is you need to ensure that the door is flush with the jamb. Now, if you're kind of careless and you just do this all kind of willy-nilly, what'll happen is if the door doesn't sit flush in the jamb, you know, the door's going to make contact with maybe the top and the bottom's going to be sticking out or vice versa, and you'll find that the door isn't going to latch properly. So what I like to do is, I know the top's secure. I'm actually going to start at the bottom. So we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to insert our shims, ensuring that the gap in between the door and the jamb is about the same at the top. So you're just going to have to play around with your shims, get that adjusted properly. We're going to work in the middle, back up to the top, and that'll be the end of this video. So looking at the top of the door here, we have about an 1/8 inch gap between the door and the jamb. So I'm going to be looking to maintain that throughout the length of the door. So when I shim down here, I'm looking for there to be an 1/8 inch gap between the door and the jamb. So I'm going to do a test close here. I gotta say that's a beautiful fit. So final things I'm looking at here, ensuring that the door is flush with the jamb, which it is. And I'm looking to ensure the gap in between the door and the jamb is consistent throughout the length of the door, which it is. So what happens from here, I'm gonna close out this video, but what I would do from here, which I will be doing, I'm just gonna take an oscillating tool. I'm gonna trim any extra material that's sticking out from these shims. And then from there, I'm just gonna trim out the door. And then I'm going to install the molding on the floor, which I may or may not do a video. Really the most challenging part about this whole job is installing the doors. The trim, pretty easy from here on out. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video.